What is up, my dear friends? Yogi Jeremy here, and today's class is an opportunity to slow down. As we know, life moves quick. So do burpees. This is not that class. If you've been working hard, going at it, hustling, this is a chance to just slow down. We're gonna do some gentle movements, some rocking movements. We'll still move a little bit, but it'll be pretty mild. And we're gonna finish with a nice restorative pose with one of our blocks, so keep a block nearby. And as you're ready, let's meet in a comfortable seat. We'll begin by slowing down our breath with a 4-count inhale and an 8-count exhale. Lengthening those exhales is going to help us to switch into that parasympathetic rest and digest healing system. So you can sit up tall, you can let your eyes soften or close. We'll take one easy breath in and a big breath out. Now just enjoy your own natural rhythm of breathing for a moment. Notice your body, notice your mood, how you're feeling. Just a quick scan and check in. We'll check in at the end of class too. From here, we'll sync up on our 4-count inhale, 8-count exhale. Taking one more good breath in. And a good breath out. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, nose, 3, 4, out, nose, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Enjoy 3 more rounds on your own, just like that. After that 3rd round, start to come back to your easy natural breath, knowing how even a few moments of checking in with our breath that way can help us downshift. Let's come into a child's pose next. You can open your knees nice and wide, and for some of us, if child's pose isn't comfortable to sit down onto the heels, you can bring a block under your hips so that you have something to rest on, and then the arms can come forward and the head to the ground. If you don't need the block, no problem. The knees are nice and wide, the arms reach forward to the ground, and the head rests on the ground. The head can also rest on a block if that's more comfortable too. Just 5 breaths here. And you don't have to focus too hard on the breath count, but as best you can for the remainder of class, let your exhales out just a little bit longer and slower. And anything that may be swirling around in your busy life or busy mind, on these last 2 breaths, just release it into the ground, release it into the mat here for now. And then slowly finding your way back onto hands and knees. From hands and knees, just give your whole body a little swirl. You can move around in any way you want to, a couple circles one direction. I invite you to start to channel, I don't know, like some ooey gooey melting chocolate or caramel, or just something that feels like it's melting. And a couple times the other way. We'll keep that melting energy in our movement today. Feel free to get your head and tailbone in there. And then coming back to center, reaching the right arm up. Thread the needle. You'll pass the right arm underneath the left as far as you can, and then set the head down. You can walk your left hand over your head, or you can bring your left hand behind your back if that's comfortable for you. Here, you're going to keep your hips stacked over your knees, and you're going to give your right shoulder blade a chance to melt from the middle of your spine. So feel that right shoulder blade softening. Let the left hand support you any way you need. Good breath in. Good breath out. And then slowly as you rise, reach the right arm back up. And as you do, you're going to step the right leg to the back of your mat. Drop the right heel down about 45 degrees and press your hips and chest a little forward. Now look up at your right hand and let your right arm fall behind you with your palm up, your bicep up. So keep that arm in external rotation with the palm up, and then really reach through the hand and all the fingers so that you're opening across the chest. You can look up or you can look down, whatever's more comfortable. But give it another breath as you really reach back with that right arm. One more good breath in. Good breath out. Right arm reaches back up overhead, and then reach the right arm over the ear. And as you reach over your ear, you can lift your outer hip a little bit and stretch the side of your body. Keep reaching through the right arm, get longer through the right side of the body. The right foot is anchored on the ground, the right arm is reaching. And then nice and easy, back to hands and knees. Take your time, circle and melt a couple times one direction. This is a great practice if you're just low energy too. You want to move your body a little bit and take a break maybe from the computer, from studying, from doing stuff that requires your analytical mind. Couple circles the other way, just roll it around. Right to the other side, you're going to take your left arm up nice and high. Thread the needle. Left arm's going to pass under the right shoulder as far as you can. Set the head down. Walk the right hand over your head or behind your back, letting the left shoulder blade melt off the midline of the spine. Breathing with those long exhales, letting yourself slow down. Slowly press back up, lifting the left arm nice and high. As you do, step the left leg back behind you and drop the heel down about 45 degrees. Look up at your left hand as you press your hips and chest a little forward, and then lay the left arm back behind you. Keeping your palm and bicep up, and really reach through the fingers. Breathing with the whole body. Look wherever's comfortable, to the side or down. Be kind on your neck, but keep reaching through the left fingers. 3, 2, and 1. Softly back to hands and knees. And last couple little melty swirls and twirls. Feel free to get your head in there. Roll it around a couple times each direction. Sending a signal to the body. These slow rotational melting movements, they're the opposite of rigidity. Stress, anxiety tends to freeze or cause rigidity. So just taking your body through these gentle movements is helping to unwind some of that. From here, friends, as it feels good, we're gonna just turn around and have a seat and bring the legs in front. And we're gonna do a little bit of a rocking cross-legged here. So you're gonna bring your right shin in front of your left, and rather than pulling your ankles all the way to your groin like you would for a cross-legged seat, you're gonna push your ankles a little bit away from you. Now, those of us that feel particularly tight may enjoy sitting on a block or a cushion. So if you're extra tight today, sit on a block to lift your hips. From here, you're gonna just walk your hands forward, bringing your heart forward. And then we're gonna keep rocking nice and slow. So lift on up, bring your hands behind you, change the crisscross of your legs one way or another, and then rock forward again. And we're gonna keep this sort of gentle melting movement as you rock through a dozen of these on your own pace. Change the crisscross of the legs, walk forward any degree till you feel that sensation in the back and the hips. And it's nice to move slow, it's nice to move gentle and melt in this way. Sometimes when we're moving fast, we have a lot of energy. It's not easy to just simply be totally still. So this is giving us just an opportunity to move and downshift our energy rather than just coming to a halt. So a couple more, nice and easy, rocking forward, rocking back. And allow yourself to melt forward a little bit deeper on each one. Notice maybe something's opening. Good, and then next time you have your right shin in front, we're gonna hold it for a little bit longer. And for those of us that have more flexibility, if it feels good, you can also stack your right shin on top of your left. I may come off the block to do that variation. So those that have a little more hip flexibility may stack right on top of left so they're parallel. But if that's not you, no worries, right shin on top of left. And then we're gonna come forward for a good minute or so. So walk your hands forward or use blocks if you want a little support. Maybe one block for the head or 2 blocks for your hands. They're there if you need them. Don't need them, don't need them. Wherever you're at, it's perfect. Right shin forward or on top. Coming into your fold any degree and relaxing your head. And see if you can bring awareness back into your long exhales. The mind will drift around, and that's no problem. Busy body, busy mind. That's how we spend a lot of our time. But keep lengthening and slowing down your exhales as we tap into the yin side of things, right? So the yang is our heat, it's our motion, it's our activity, it's our moving towards, and that's all really good, but it's not the only channel. Our yin is our slowing down, our reflection, our receptivity. And it's actually what helps us to get up and go again stronger. Slowly walking it back, take your time. One on the other side. Left shin either goes in front, or left shin can come on top if you're feeling open, and that's okay on your knee. Flex your ankle, walk forward any degree. Use a block for the head if you want. Breathing in, breathing out, a little longer and slower. And the truth is, ultimately, yoga is helping us not to have to ping pong back and forth between alternating energies so much and so hard. But rather, how do we keep a little bit of yin and a little bit of rest and keep ourselves centered and collected when we're in the heat of the day, the fire of movement or activity? And also, how do we keep a sense of aliveness when we rest, right? How can we be present as we slow down instead of just collapsing and passing out? But how can we do nourishing things and still keep our awareness with us? You're doing great, friend. Good breath in. Good breath out. Slowly walk it back. We're going to untangle the legs and we're going to come into a straddle. So get yourself comfortable in a straddle. And it doesn't have to be a super crazy straddle. Just get the legs wide. Some of us will bend the knees. Some of us will sit on a block again. And we'll roll with the same kind of gentle rocking, melting motion. You can turn over one thigh and just gently melt over it. Come back to center, turn over the other thigh and gently melt over it. And about a dozen or so times on your own, just rocking back and forth, nice and easy. Perhaps sinking a little bit further into each one. You find your rhythm. Keeping a sense of centered alertness, even while you slow down and relax. Just notice what that's like. And then next time you come to your right leg, you may pause here and you can enjoy a fold a little bit longer. If you want, you can rest on your hands or forearms. If you want blocks for a little more support, you can also rest on blocks. Try to keep some nice alignment of your spine over that right leg. If for any reason you feel a discomfort in your hips and you want to fold your other leg in, that's a great variation too. It can be nice. And even in the stillness when you're not moving, just imagine that you're still melting. Good breath in. Good breath out. Slowly rise, come on to the other side. You can make your way over the left leg, your other leg. You can use blocks if you want or not. Align your heart, bow forward any degree. If it's too much on your hips and you want to fold your other leg in to the groin, that's a great variation too. And just let yourself relax. Keep breathing. Long exhales. Good breath in. Good breath out. Amazing. All right, friends, we are in our final chapter, and I hope that you're feeling a little slower and more grounded. That's a good thing. We're going to make our way onto our back, and you can keep one of your blocks close by, but we're not going to use it yet, but just get it ready within arm's distance. And a nice little hip flexor opener. As you come onto your back, you're going to wiggle your feet to the edges of your mat, and imagine your feet are sort of Velcroed down onto the edges of your mat. And then from here, you're going to let both knees flop over to the right. So however they want to land, just let the knees flop over to the right. You don't have to adjust the feet. For some of this may be already a nice stretch at the left hip flexor, but for some of us, you can bring the right ankle and hook it on top of the left knee. And try to get that ankle bone across the meat of the left thigh to weigh down the left knee. If that feels nice, enjoy. If it's too much, unhook the ankle and just let the knees drop to the right. But either way, you can bring your arms out to 90 degrees at your side, or if you want a little bit extra, you can grab your left forearm and lengthen your left forearm as you rest on the ground so that you can really feel that long left line. Breathe into the belly, to your hip flexors, psoas, all that stuff. Letting the belly relax. One more good breath in. Good breath out. Release the forearm, unhook the ankle from the knee, bring your knees back to center, and maybe windshield wiper and let them rock back and forth a few times. I'm feeling a ton of space on the left thigh, a lot of movement there. And as you're ready, ground your feet at the edges of the mat. Let the knees flop over to the left, let them land where they land. Left ankle's gonna hook on top of the right thigh if it works for you. Arms may goalpost or overhead, grab the right forearm and lengthen that right arm. Breathing through the right arm and rib cage and belly and hip flexor. Front of the hip socket even. Take this time just to not have to be overstimulated by something. Refresh the palate. Slow down. But remember, if you do get a little stimulated with a doggy kiss or a cat rolling on you, it's good luck. It's a good sign. So if your furry friends are crawling all over you or kissing at your ear, it's a good place to be. Enjoy that sweetness. Good breath in. Good breath out. Gentle release of the arm, unhook the ankle from knee, come back towards center, windshield wiper left and right. And then finishing now, get the block ready for supported bridge pose. We're going to use the block like so, or on the high setting, either one of those, but you want it this way, perpendicular to the spine, not parallel to the spine, perpendicular to the spine, and then you're going to slide it under your sacrum, right at the top of your glutes. Now, if it works for you to get the highest setting on the block, cool, but find the setting that makes sense for you, don't force it. And get that block right under the sacrum. The disc, it's resting just above your glutes. Center it. Ground the feet. Release the arms. And give yourself just the final few minutes here to release any tension in the hips and the low back. Come back to your long, slow exhales. Breathing with the whole body, allowing yourself to find even 1% greater ease or relaxation. Keep letting yourself melt over the block, letting the low back melt over the block as you breathe. We'll take 3 slightly deeper breaths here. And then pressing into the feet, lift the hips just enough to move the block to the side. Bring the hips to the ground, and you can kick your legs out or keep your knees bent for just a few breaths as you feel that space in your back and in your spine. And we all know there's plenty of opportunity to go, go, go just around the corner. But before you get there, give yourself these final few breaths to really refuel so that you have the energy for the go, go, go. Perhaps even keep this sense of stillness in the go, go, go. As always, if you would like to rest on your back a while longer, please do and enjoy. And if it feels good to come to a comfortable seat, when you're ready, you can close in a comfortable seat. Perhaps just bringing a hand to heart and a hand to belly, softening and closing your eyes if you like. Remembering that you have everything you need inside, including the sense of peace. May it pour into everything that you offer and do. Good breath in. Good breath out. All right. Thanks for practicing today. Yan for the win. Now go get 'em.